listening to something that's really sweet. It's Shane. Podcast, not a podcast, but experience. Have fun with Shane. It's a motherfucking heavy metal news and you get it for free. Jive Talkin with Shane. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news, baby, for free. For free. Let's do it right now. I could have went another verse, but you guys are already sick of it, right? You don't want to hear that shit. You're like, I want to get to the news. Get to the hot news of the week and stuff. We got, welcome, episode 173 of the podcast. I can't believe we made it this far, but here we are together, once again, reading heavy metal news stories and conversating about life experiences, things that happen in your day-to-day and stuff, because your comments are at the end of this, every episode. That's right. If you're listening to this for the very first time, I got a notification that said I got another comment on Spotify. So I got to get over there to read that and see who that was. I think there's about 3 people that put comments over there. One, I think, was from a fella I used to work with that said, happy birthday. It was on one of the podcasts I did around my birthday, and I saw a little, said, happy birthday, Shane. I thought that was really nice. But we've got all sorts of stories lined up, a lot of fun, kind of food related. We got Meshuggah. They're talking about some kind of food experience they're going to do. We're going to check in and watch Ace Frehley at the seafood festival. And I'm hoping a big tray of jumbo shrimp come through the scene of the camera. Hey, I'm walking over here with the jumbos. I've got some stuff that I'd like to get off my chest, as I'd like to do on these things. And we're going to get into that. Welcome, one and all. Clapping, have a ball. Yes, let's do it now. Now, this is Brett Michaels. I should probably say before we really get going on this thing that this is a no request zone. You can put requests for videos or reactions or first listens or whatever on any other video, but here I want to get your genuine thoughts and opinions. Few stories we're not going to be talking about. A fella from Skillet, John Cooper, was talking about the rock and roll big head, the rock and roll superstar. He said that applies to Christian rock too. So I thought maybe he's talking Striper, but maybe he's not. Randy Blythe, a guy from Lamb of God, says he wants to write a horror novel. Zach Meyer shoots down Brent Smith, the Shinedown guys. I guess Brent Smith went and ran his damn mouth about them having an album that's 85% done. Zach Meyer says, I don't know if it's going to, I hope it'll still come out this year. I'm reading it right there. Lordy, Lordy, what's his name? Mr. Monster? The main singer, he says that streaming music is the sign of the devil. And I was like, coming from the devil, you look just like the devil. And you're saying it's the devil. You should love that, Mr. Lordi. Let's get into it right here, right now. I hope this episode turns out as well as you think it's going to. Sometimes they can really go off the shitter. I want at some point want to talk about a few concerts that I watched this week, but let's get into Brett Michaels. He's going to explain the red bandana, where that iconic look that only Brett Michaels has, wearing the red bandana, where it came from, how it materialized into his life, literally. And we've spoke about this before. I'm a blue bandana guy. Okay, I was part of the Crips, honorarily, really, but I can do that with my fingers. When we were down there, I'd do this a lot to people. But I did know a guy that could do the whole blood sign. See, there's a way they do that. You see how it's like a B and a D right there? But he would do his fingers and it would spell out blood. And I was like, bam! That is definitely a better hand gesture than our team. For damn sure. Let's get into it. He wears those Mardi Gras beads because that's part of his thing is he does the Mardi Gras tour. So he says, what? I gotta have my beads on. Give the people something to believe in. Brett Michaels on his trademark bandana. It's my superpower. He was interviewed by USA Today. That's a very important newspaper. Poison frontman Brett Michaels called his trademark bandana, it's my superpower. It's my own feeling of identity. Mike Muir might say the same thing. Somehow I became a bandana man. But he added that there is a practical dual purpose to his cranial complement. It keeps all the sweat out of my eyes. When I'm exercising and performing, he does that boot scoot, doesn't he? And I sweat, I tell you that, I tell you now. And we want to be careful. Remember this? We want to be very careful about touching ads or anything like that. Because I'm telling you, I've had a hell of a time already just clicking all these ads out. So we want to be very careful of that. Less than 3 years ago, Brett spoke to Shaggy. The Sugar one diamond, what one day. What's his songs? What does Shaggy do? Shorty, you're my angel, you're my money. Is that it? That's the Shag Man? Mr. Bombastic, super domtastic. That him? Is that the Shag Man? 94.9 and Brett Michaels spoke to Shaggy of 94, there's that ad pop up, 94.9 and 104.5 The Pick, radio station in Idaho Falls, Idaho. About his video tutorials on how to fold a bandana like headband. We did do that on an early episode. Remember, he showed us that? How he does those special folds in it? Regarding how he developed the technique, Brett said, through trial and error, which is the story of my life. Ha! People have been laughing about the TikTok video. I do these for fun and inspiration. Just crazy moments. Just old Brett man having some crazy moments. If they get a chance, the fans, to check it out, I'm telling you. I wonder if my video is more viral than his, my TikTok. Somebody that has a TikTok, go and look and put it in the comments and say, I currently have 6.2 million. I would be curious if my TikTok has better than his folding bandana does. Is that petty? Am I being extremely petty right now? Just crazy moments. I like to have crazy moments. If they get a chance, fans, check it out. I'm telling you, if you ever going to wear a bandana, I have figured out the patented diamond fold. The Brett Michaels Diamond Fold. And it works every damn time. It's simple. But I went through a lot of trial and error. And he never looked at anybody else. He never got up and was looking around the back of Mike Muir or Axl Rose or any of them to see how they're. I wonder how Axl's folding his up. Better not be my trademark diamond. I do these for fun, inspiration, just crazy moments. You're gonna wear a bandana. I figured out the diamond fold. It's called the Brett Michaels Diamond Fold. It is, and I'm giving it to the fans, like that guy did with the polio vaccine. Remember that? He just gave it to people. He didn't try and make a lot of money off of it. He just gave it to the people. It's on the house. It's free. It's a free one on the house. People literally have been. Even my buddies are texting me. Dude, Ricky Rocket? He's our friend. Did you see that Ricky Rocket actually posted on the freaking Ricky Rocket Jive Talkin, I think it was? No, it wasn't Jive Talkin. Did you see that he doesn't go by Ricky Rocket on YouTube? He goes by the Poison Drummer. Oh, maybe it was the video that we did where we checked in with his band, the Bottle Rockets. What are they called again? The Ricky Rocket Mafia? I think that's the video that he chimed in. He said that was pretty fun. Thank you. This has been a battle for years. Going to a concert and getting on my Harley, riding around. Speaking of Harleys, I was at the bus stop. Very quick. I'll be very quick with this. But just on my way home here, a long, miserable day at work. Yes, indeed, fatigued. Just not stressed because I don't let anything get to me anymore. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I don't care. So I saw this couple, lovely couple, on a bullet bike. And she had a plump apple bottom. Very nice to look at from the bus stop. You know, you feel weird because I'm 52 and I'm on a fucking bicycle waiting for the light to change. And he's about to make a right around the corner with his apple bottom gal on the back of the seat. Now, first off, I haven't rode a motorcycle, tow goat and stuff when I was a kid, but I haven't ever rode a motorcycle. So if I ever fall in love with a young gal that rides motorcycles, it better not be a bullet bike, because here's why. Her apple bottom, and it wasn't a massive apple bottom, it was just a good, healthy, nice-looking apple bottom, but there's that much space on the back. You got to watch the video podcast for this, but there's about that much space. And she's holding on to this guy for dear life. And I was just thinking to myself, I would never date a woman that drove the bullet bike and wanted me to grab a hold of her and hold on tight with my juicy apple bottom. There's not enough room. And it's like one little oops, I lost hold, and you're dead. They did have helmets on, I do believe. But anyways, I was just thinking, if I ever fall in love, I'll say, you need to get rid of your bullet bikes. You can get Harley Davidsons, you can get Indians, you can get, what else is there? Really good one. Indians are good ones, right? I would say Kawasaki, but that seems too beefy. That's like wife beater t-shirt stuff, you know, tribal band tattoo, shaved head, white sunglasses, type of thing. But I would say, if you're going to be riding your bullet bikes, dear, I want you to be doing it with your girlfriends, but it's also very sexy when you see a beautiful woman on a bullet bike. And I don't want you going and talking to no mans when you're out there with your friends riding bullet bikes. And they do. Those guys come right at them. They come right at your girlfriend. They come pulling up on their bullet bikes, and next thing you know, they're going and having fun together. That's why she needs to get rid of the bullet bikes. Only Harley Davidsons, and I would prefer to have one of those little things I could sit in. That'd be nice. And that way she doesn't fall over. We don't have to worry about anything like that. He talked to 94 Brett Michael here. I apologize for that. He says his friend told him. Remember, his friend texted him and said, dude, thank you. This has been a battle for years. It was Axl Rose. Going to a concert or getting on my Harley and taking a ride, so I've unleashed the diamond fold. And it came with much trial and error. Trust me, over the years, I thought this was the friend. Just the friend said, dude, thank you, and that's it. There's got to be a better. I'm trying the diamond fold, and it came with much trial and error. Trust me, over the years, I'm like, there has got to be a better way. There has got to be a better way to fold the fucking bandana. And I finally figured out the diamond technique that'll adjust to any head size. Back in 2010, Michaels told the Oprah Winfrey Show, wait a minute. Hold on a minute here. You're telling me he did an interview with USA Today and now he's on the Oprah Winfrey Show? That's why he's a star. Back in 2010, Michael spoke with the fine Oprah Winfrey and her fine program that he kept his trademark bandana on entire time when he was rushed to the hospital after suffering a brain hemorrhage. It's like Superman without the cape. I said, if I'm going out, I want to go out rocking. That's what Nikki Sixx said too, didn't he? Michaels told Winfrey, let me tell you, Winfrey, leave the boots on and some form of bandana. He loves his boots, doesn't he? He's always wore the boots, right? He's not doing some new thing. In 2013, in a video interview with People, you got to be fucking kidding me. USA Today, Oprah Winfrey, and People magazine, Michaels admitted having an extensive collection of popular headgear. I don't have an exact count, the 59-year-old musician said, but I'm going to say at least 1,000 different bandanas. God love you, God bless you. And as we always say, when we always chime out on Brett Michaels, what do you say? He gives us something to believe in, doesn't he? And we've also mentioned too that I just get a little bit off that side of that soul patch beard thing, just a scant little bit. I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, Shane, their fucking face is ugly." I'm really on one today. I got these ads popping up down here, and I am really livid about it. They're just right off the corner of my eye, and I see them, and I'm waiting for that little box to pop up. And it doesn't want to show up. Let me have a drink of this. Well, I thought this is for the 55 and ups that listen to the podcast. Because I was just flabbergasted when I saw that Kelly Hansen to sit out Foreigner's Latin American tour, and Lou Gramm is gonna sit in. Is Kelly shaking in his boots? The man, the myth, the legend, the singer for Foreigner is going to be filling in Latin America as a guest singer. They put that in quotes. They're saying that now before the tour, but they get into some "so long I've been looking to honor." Old Jeff Pilson's going to look over at him and he's say, well, I'm going to have to tell you, I felt really good about Latin American tour. What do you guys think? Kelly, why don't you just, you got any other things you want to do? Wasn't it Kelly Hansen that did the Van Halen tribute band or something like that we did a video about? Foreigner singer Kelly Hansen has revealed that he will be forced to miss the band's spring 2025 Latin America tour, which is scheduled to kick off on April 28th in Mexico City. Oh, he's got a statement. Where did it come from? Facebook? Some issues have forced me to limit appearance outside of the U.S. this year. This means, unfortunately, I will miss Foreigner's South America run. However, our incredible bandmate, Luis Maldonado, has been recording some of our hits in Spanish. What? And he will be handling most of the vocals along with original Foreigner singer. They're going to say, Luis, go park the cars, Luis. Thank you, Luis. Night one. I don't know how Lou Gramm sounds these days. But if he sounds good, they're going to say, Luis, go park the cars, please. The bus is double parked. So Luis learned the songs in Spanish. I guess it's in Latin America, though. I want to know what love is. How do you say that in Spanish? I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. However, our incredible, yes. Luis, he's been learning it. Lou Gramm will be guesting as Foreigner for these shows. I know they will smash it. I love Kelly for that, for being an honest guy. Gramm most recently joined Foreigner's current lineup on stage at the end of the band's March 15th concert at the Bay Care Sound in Clearwater, Florida, to perform two of the legendary rock group's classic songs, I Wanna Know What Love Is and Hot Blooded. Hot Blooded, check it and see, baby. I got a fever of 103. Graham previously said he planned to retire at the end of 2024, but later revealed that he was in talks to make an appearance at select tour dates with Foreigner's current lineup. 2025 bassist Rick Wills. Wait a minute. Isn't the Pill Boy? Isn't Pillsbury the bass player? Bassist Rick Willis and drummer Dennis Elliott are also expected to appear at some shows. Oh, that's the former guys. Including Foreigner's upcoming Las Vegas residency. And we got another story coming up here next about two guys that just ended the road that are going to do an Kiss Unmasked show in Vegas. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Graham addressed the possibility of playing the shows with Foreigner in 2025 during a November 2025 appearance on Sirius XM. Trunk Nation. With Eddie Junk in the trunk. He said, Foreigner's manager Phil Carson asked me if I would be interested in doing some shows with the band. And I said, well, I'm ending my band at the end of June because I don't want to be on the road anymore. I'm not sure whether I'm out with my band or your band. It's still on the road. I said, I'm not sure I would be up for doing that. They started adding zeros to that check. I said, starting to feel pretty good to me, boys. Starting to feel really good to me, boys. But I said, talk to me more about it. He was telling me that they wanted to do a substantial tour of the world, which doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to be out for 8 or 10 months again without seeing my kids. His kids got to be like 40, right? And without being able to drive my cars. He's got like a Model T, and he's got Firebird. You know he's got a Firebird. You got to have that Smokey and the Bandit Firebird if you're the singer for goddamn Foreigner. I had this planned out. Have I been swearing a lot? I feel like I've already ripped quite a few. I had this planned out. I would wrap up my career in June of next year and then have the summer to play with my cars and my kids and see my kids and start the rest of my life. So I'm not sure I want to go out on the Foreigner farewell tour with the new band. And I told Phil I would think about it. And he said that he would come back to me with the particulars because they're going around the world and stuff. Wait, what kind of saver are you? Lou elaborated on his reason for not wanting to go on an extended tour again. He says, I just don't feel like I want to travel. I'm not sure that the world is a safe place to be touring right now in the way that the states of the world is. Really? So I don't know. I don't get a real good feeling about doing that. If it was just the states, I would consider it. So I know we're going to talk. I also want to know what my compensation would be. If I put an end, could I get more cars? They say, let me tell you something, sweetie pie. Let me tell you something, Mr. Lou, sweetie pie Graham. If you do this tour, you're going to be able to buy yourself 5 fucking cars, huh? You want 5 cars? He says, I want to know what love is. Guys, I am just wound up today. I am absolutely wound up. So I know we're going to talk. I also want to know what my compensation is going to be. If I put an end to my touring for my career, it wouldn't be really an end if I was going to pick up and go out with a new Foreigner for a Foreigner farewell tour. I like that he's saying the new Foreigner. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. It would be much more interesting to me if it was members of the original Foreigner. Yes, I agree. With augmented instrumentation, like another guitar player, or something rather than go out with another band that calls themselves Foreigner. I have a tough time wrapping my head around that. He's going to get some cars for it, though. Asked how many songs he would be expected to sing if he was to appear as the guest. These ads! As a guest of Foreigner's 2025 tour, Lou said, well, I asked Phil, just how many? And he was talking about me doing about 5 songs, and I said, well, I'd like to do Jukebox Hero. And he goes, I'm not sure about that. I says, I definitely want to do I Want to Know What Love Is. And he said, I don't think so, no. And I said, well, I definitely would like to do, I can't remember what other songs it was, but he goes, I don't know about that. So it sounds as if he talked to Kelly about it, and Kelly made his claim on certain songs. I couldn't do Hot Blooded. Every song I suggested that I would like to do, he told me he didn't think so. I think he told me what I couldn't sing, and then I would just have to pick from what was left. That's the only songs I want to hear. Isn't that all the hits right there? I always thought I Want to Know What Love Is was a Lou Gramm song. What was the Lou Gramm song he put out? And then I'd have to pick what was left, mind you. There's a lot of great songs. What are they that are left? But there's particular songs that are trademark songs, and if I can't sing them, I don't want to be out on the road. I suggested 4 songs, maybe 5 songs, and he said, not that one. No, I don't think so. So I just stopped there because I figured I could keep going for a while, and he would keep telling me the same thing. It would be, I don't think so, Lou. Pick another one. Lou, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this son of a... I mean, how do I pick songs that I helped to make famous, and he's telling me, not that one. He laughs. He added, it's frustrating, but I don't want it to be frustrating. I've been thinking about it for about a month. That's when I found out that I couldn't sing my own favorite songs on tour. So I think I'm just going to tell them I'm not interested. Oh, see? Somebody's sitting there thinking to themselves, he's going to do a lame story about Foreigner. And now it's getting good. Because at some point, Kelly Hansen out, he in for the whole dang thing. They would rather have Lewis sing them in Spanish than have Lou Gramm. That's where they're at with this. In October 2022, Gramm asked Trunk Nation what he thought of Hansen, who has been in the group for 2 decades. I think he's a good singer. And he sings those songs okay. He sings them good, but he mimics my style right down to the ad-libs, and I'm offended by that. I just think that if he's going to sing the songs, he could sing the melodies that are familiar. But when it comes to the ad-libs and all the little things in the set that set me aside as a vocalist when I sing them, he should make his own up. He should have his own ad-libs. Remember Mad Libs? That was fun. Remember the Mad Libs books? You just write butthole in every book. You know, your brother or sister would come into the room and say, hey, fill that out. We'll read the story. You go, okay, butthole, 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 butthole. I didn't do that either. I didn't do it. Sets me aside as vocals and sing them. You know, hey, he should make his own up. He should have his own ad-libs and that are his own. He doesn't have to mimic me. Graham's latest comments echoed those he made a little over 2 months earlier when he told the John Boudin of the rockhistorymusic.com about Hansen. Kelly's all right. He's good singer. But I think Mick really told Kelly when he first got in the band that he had to study me because he sings those songs with the same musical innuendos and vocal licks and ad-libs as I have. He's been mimicking me. His voice doesn't sound like me, but he's singing those songs the way I would sing them. That's what you want, Lou. That's what I want when I pay $85.99 for my ticket, is I want the songs to sound as close as possible. And if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby, if I can't have you. Oh, oh. Who sang that? And I got to go listen to that today. I haven't heard that song in a long time. Some people say, well, take it as a compliment, Lou. I don't take it as a compliment. You're a singer with a big band like that. Use your voice and your style. Don't hang your coat on my hook. That might be the first time I've ever heard that before, and I like that. I don't think he should sing the songs verbatim like me. Maybe sing a couple of parts, but let his own influence show. Show the fans that he's the new singer now, not me. Is he going to do the whole damn set minus the big 5 hits that Lewis is going to sing in Spanish? Asked what it was like to share the stage with Hanson and other members of the current and original Foreigner lineup in 2017-2018 to celebrate the band's 40th anniversary, Lou told rockhistorymusic.com. It was okay. Kelly was bouncing off the walls. He couldn't stand still or sit still, nothing. After a song ended, I couldn't even get a word to thank the audience or tell them that I was happy to be part of the reunion. I couldn't do it. Kelly was just hogging it all. At the end of the song, the last song hit, and there wasn't a quarter of a second of space before he was yapping away to the audience. It was like, geez, will you quiet down for a minute? That's not what Lou was thinking in his head at that time. Do you know what he was thinking in his head? He didn't say, gee willikers, could you quiet down for a minute? He said, shut your fucking mouth. That's what he was thinking in his head, I think. Now, I did take a 5-hour energy right before we started this, so I am, I'm a little more animated, I feel like. Because those things hit you hard for about 30 minutes. They're liars. They don't last 5 hours. They last 30 minutes. I'll be sleeping in the middle of this son of a bitching podcast in about 45 minutes. So will you. We're almost on to these guys. And then we're going to check in with Meshuggah because they're going to do some kind of restaurant or something. And we're going to check in with Ace Frehley at a seafood festival. Asked if it was what was it like to share. He said it was okay. Look at that. What's up with these drug names these days? Upalari. And it's Upalari. It's great. And they're eating ice cream cones. Is that for dairy? Probably something like that. Like, you can't eat dairy? Here, take this pill. Now you can eat an ice cream cone. May cause blood clots. I was going to say the suicide, You get those thoughts. It's like, who wants to take a pill for something? It's like, may want to kill family. I can't do that. American Family Insurance. Graham was the voice of Foreigner's biggest hits, including Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice. There's 2 other jams, so 7. From the band's eponymous debut in 1977 and later songs like Hot Blooded and I Want to Know What Love Is, the 74-year-old Graham left Foreigner for good in 2002 and has battled health issues in recent years, including the removal of a non-C tumor. He told the Democrat and Chronicle in 2018 that he was playing. See, that's not a magazine, Democrat and Chronicle. That's not People magazine. That's not, Lou Graham can't even get into People magazine or sit on Oprah Winfrey's big couch. I think we're done with this horse shit. Let's get out of these guys really quick. Look at Gene. I love this. He wears that hat everywhere. Do you know why? Because he trademarked the money bag. And no one has ever used the money bag since 1939. When you'd see an old, like the first year they started printing newspapers. Come on over to McGlurkin's for a new bank loan. Yes, and you can get the lumber and the horse to, That's the last time they ever used a money bag. He went and copyrighted it, and he wears it everywhere. And he's just waiting for someone to use the damn money bag so he can sue him. And no one's going to use it. It's boring. It's old. That's not even a good-looking money bag, Gene. I wonder if he sat down and drew it. I wonder if it's shaped differently, it's not copyright. It looks like it's got to be stuffed full of plums or something, It's like, well, my bag's empty, Gene. Mine's got a bouquet of bananas in it, not plums, so it's not copyright. Anyways, look at this guy with his pouty cheeks. He says, "What are you doing? Are you thinking about our crotches?" Boy, they look happy together, don't they? They say, "It's been 50 years, and there's no ass cheeks I'd rather sit next to than this man right here." Kiss Unmasked performance at Kiss Army Storms Vegas will feature Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons and special guests. That's right, my friends. They're getting back together. It's unmasked because when they said it's the end of the road, it's the end of the 40-pound outfits. We could do this into our 80s if we just got up there unmasked. And that's what they're going to do. Now, one thing that makes me interested is that I'm not seeing Tommy Thayer, and I'm not seeing those beautiful plum cheeks of a young Drew Barrymore, or a.k.a. Eric Singer. Are they going to be part of the special guests? And wouldn't it be great if Paul Stanley said, "Hey everybody, I know we really fucked you when we didn't get Bruce Kulick or mention Eric Carr or Vincent, even Vinny. We never mentioned Mark St. John, rest in peace, but we didn't mention anybody in the band, Peter and Ace and all that at the end of the road in the Madison Square Garden, so we're doing it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, they're going to come out and try and do a song. We'll call the band Piss for a minute." Kiss has confirmed that Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons will reunite for an event at Virgin Hotel Las Vegas as part of a 3-day Kiss Army Storms Vegas event, which runs from November 14th to November 16th. So it's one of them Kissy, that's another story we won't be doing, by the way. John 5, he says he takes very good care of his Kiss collectibles because he wants to start a library someday, and he wants to be able to show all these artifacts, Kiss artifacts, to the fans. Stanley and Simmons, along with special guests, will play at least one show unmasked, meaning without their iconic makeup. It is expected to be Paul's, the star child Stanley, and Jane, the demon Simmons, first joint concert since 2023 when Kiss wrapped up its End of the Road farewell tour at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Kiss's official Kiss Army Storms Vegas announcement makes no mention of the band's longtime guitarist Tommy Thayer and drummer Eric Singer. Thank you, Blabbermouth. Making it unclear if they will be part of the event. Kiss Unmasked Electric Show will be in honor of the 50th anniversary of the hottest fan club in the world, the Kiss Army. There will also be question and answer session with Stanley and Simmons, as well as Kiss's longtime manager, Doc McGee. I mean, It's been 50 years, and how many question and answers have they done? And what question could you ask these guys other than, why didn't you have Peter and Ace at the thing? It's just they've been asked the same shit. I can't imagine. And you always do that, right? When you're getting an autograph from somebody or something and you're standing in line. You're like, what am I gonna ask them? They've been asked, whatever. What do you think of the new album? What do you ask somebody? That's where, if you're a real fan of this podcast, you know the answer to that. Right? If you're thinking about it right now, a great question to ask somebody, have you ever stepped on a nail? And can you tell me the miserable experience of that? What happened? That's a great question. And everyone, anytime it comes to pain and stuff like that, people love to talk about it. That's what I said to someone the other day. I said, can you name me? It's this guy at work. He's very angry individual. And I said, can you name 5 things that's happened wonderful things that have ever happened in your life? Can you do that? And he was like, and I said, I'll bet you if I asked you, name 5 of the most miserable or worst experiences of your life, I bet you could rattle them right off. And you want to know why? Because that's what your mind does. Every time your mind every time one of those what ifs, we talked about this before, ick, sad, bad, yuck, just that negativity, that's your mind coming in just to try and drag you back down and go, remember that? Grab it, crush it, throw it away. As soon as you clear your mind, you're so much happier. We've talked about this shit. There will also be a question and answer. Doc McGee, yes. Fans can also expect guest performances, including from former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick, as well as surprise appearances, guest sets, tribute bands. Hey! Every set of Kiss spandex just went. Gene Simmons would say, we'll charge him $12,000 to play. I'll split it with you. Paul? Unforgettable moments. They will make this weekend in Vegas a piece of Kisstory, dare we say. Kiss had previously set a 12-show residency at Planet Hollywood, Las Vegas in 2021, 2022, but ultimately canceled all of those dates. 50 years ago in Terre Haute, Indiana, a small group of fans lit the spark that would become the loudest and proudest fan movement in rock history, the Kiss Army. Now, 5 decades later and 30 years since the first official Kiss convention, Kiss is cranking it up to 11 in Las Vegas for the ultimate celebration. Now, before I do have Gene Simmons' $12,000 in mind. So I want to just say this. I believe he's canceling dates because they're not selling enough tickets. Get in the comments and tell me if that's correct, because I thought I saw something that said people ain't, that's why he needs that 12 grand. Kiss Army VIP membership gives you, oh, heavens to Betsy, first access to the best packages and limited tickets. The VIP pre-sale begins on March 28th at 7 a.m. I was going to go, I may have mentioned this too, I was going to get me some of them goddamn Sleep Token tickets. I'm not going to get those. They got the scalpers or something got a hold of them. I'm looking at these tickets that are like $300. I just wanted to go see. I've watched the concert on YouTube and I was like, I'd like to see that live, see what it's all about. Kiss Army and fans pre-sale began. Yeah, we got all that. All right, Meshuggah, we got your comments. There's quite a load there. We're just going to briefly touch this. Then we're going to go over and touch Ace Frehley a little bit. And I'd really like it if he was eating like a lobster tail or something. This is pretty good. Meshuggah announces unique food and restaurant collaboration during North American tour. Boy, they got that music for it, don't they? Swedish progressive metal pioneers Meshuggah are set to kick off their monumental North American tour with Cannibal Corpse and Carcass. This Friday, March 28th, to celebrate, they have teamed up with several local restaurants along the route for a unique food collaboration, bringing fans and a one-of-a-kind fusion of fierce flavors and sick riffs. Multiple stops along the way will feature a unique culinary experience, perfectly paired with their groundbreaking sound, making this tour an unmissable feast for the senses. Speaking of concerts I've watched, I've been going ape crazy with them. Okay, I've been watching. When I was a kid, and I'm going back to that. I've talked about that I don't give a shit. I'm going back to being 14 again. But I bought all the VHS concerts that would come out and stuff. And I've been watching a cavalcade of concerts. Scorpions, 1983. They have the outfits on from the Rock You Like a Hurricane video. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. You still can't understand a damn word Klaus Meine says to the audience. They were filming a video when I saw them. Legend has it I am somewhere in that audience. I can't seem to find myself, but I've had several people over the years go, yeah, you're down there. I was front row. But the point being that they played the song Passion Rules the Game, yeah, yeah. It was the Savage Amusement Tour. And I think I told you guys about how we had to run down because we were drinking at the college, and then the guy got his car impounded and stuff, so we had to run down to get to the concert. The point is that Klaus Meine was trying to explain to everyone they were going to play that song a couple of times so they could get the cranes and stuff to do the filming and all that. You couldn't understand a word he was saying. Everyone's just like, what the fuck is he saying? But another point I wanted to make that ties right back to Meshuggah is I also watched an amazing show of them at it was either Bloodstock or Hellfest. But the Meshuggah show that I watched was absolutely barn-burning. Beautifully mesmerizing, and amazing. Remember, guys, my podcast, I can start, I can do whatever I want in this. This is my podcast. Multiple stops along the way will feature unique culinary experience, perfectly paired with the music and the feast for the senses. I think if there was one bitch from people about my podcast, it would be that I forget where I'm at on the line. And so I read a lot that I've already read. If I was a little better with that, I feel like I would have at least 40 more listeners. For the full list, see below. Now, the only reason we're going to read these cities off is they're going to tell you what you're going to eat at the Meshuggah show. And please, Heimlich maneuver. There's going to be a couple of people that go and eat some of this shit and go right into the pit. You want half the crowd there to know the Heimlich. Quebec City, as they say, March 28th to March 29th. Oh, this would be Canada. So poutine, homemade Yukon Gold fries, cheese curds, Swedish meatballs, because, they're Swedish, and a wild mushroom cream sauce at Blackstone Grill. Oh! They got another Canadian date here, guys. Toronto, March 15th to the 30th. Really? Is that many dates? Meshuggah burger. Oh, that's fun. Charcoal bun with dill mustard sauce, single or a double patty, American cheese, pickled red onions, and lingonberries. Lingonberry bacon jam. It's a Slayer burger? What? Oh, the place is called Slayer Burger. they might already have that on their menu. They're like, this is going to work out perfect for us because we already have a Meshuggah burger. We're called Slayer Burger. Now they're playing Detroit, March 30th. Swedish meatball frita, and a coconut cloudberry batido at Frida Batidos. Makes sense. Denver, March 25th to the April, Meshuggah 4-cheese cavatappi mac and cheese. Who doesn't love a good mac and cheese? With grated Västerbotten cheese, I've never heard of that, rustic herb crust, mini Swedish meatballs, mushroom demi cream sauce, smoky haystack onions, and grated Parmesan at Brutal Poodle. I'm loving this. Tampa, Immutable Beer. It's a Belgian triple. Never heard of a triple before. At Magnus Brewing. The reissue of Meshuggah's critically acclaimed album, Immutable, will be presented in the remastered Indelible Edition, due out on April 4th, 2025. There you go. Ace Frehley, Ace. I believe the drummer has commented on our videos too. I almost want to say that he sent me a message or something like, yo bro, get a hold of me, I want to talk to you or something. I don't know. I could be lying. I'm not lying about it, but I feel like that happened. Let's watch Ace Frehley perform at the Seven Seas Food Festival at SeaWorld Orlando. Oh God. If you get one of them orcas to just, you seen that video where the orca's swimming around in the thing and it just dumps a big shit all over, and that water is just dark and muddy, and then it splashes it up over that thing on the people. I just watched that 100 times. And I say, hell yeah. Hells to the yeah. That's exactly what I would do. If I was an orca trapped in one of them things, I saw a documentary about it. It was the saddest damn thing I'd ever seen in my life. Wasn't that movie Jumpin' Willie? Free Willy? It was about the kid getting that fucking dolphin out of there. But what I was going to say is, if I was a dolphin, I'd do that every show. When's the next one? 10 a.m.? All right. Bring the fish in. I need more fish. JPL Productions has uploaded video of original Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley's entire March 2022 SeaWorld Seven Seas Food Festival in Orlando, Florida. I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just want to see a little bit. What's this about Paul Stanley? All right. Let's just get down to it. Let's just hit it. Oh boy. Drum solo. They got the sunset slot. Is that the same guy from Kiss Alive 2? Detroit Rock City? How you doing, everybody? I gotta give this drummer a knuckle punch. I give him a punch too. I like giving the knuckle punches. You gonna do Shock Me right out of the gate, huh? No smoke guitar today, I guess. This ain't Shock Me, is it? Why am I brain farting? Oh yeah, it is Shock. Shock me, baby. right, let's just skip through this. See, this will be fun too. Cherry Medicine. About his girlfriend he's not with anymore. Oh, he took his jacket off. He says, when I start to get warmed up, I like to take my jacket off. Sounded pretty good, Ace. Trademark. All right, come on, guys. We're almost done with this. You're happy with it. You love it. Oh, look at that tiny little fella. Get this out of the way. Look at that tiny little guy. Boy, he looked like he shape-shifted. When did that guy from earlier get a handlebar mustache? Did he always have one? I check everything these days. Yeah, you never know when you've jumped the timeline. Oh, he's got like he's got the mustache with the beard that surrounds with the soul patch that comes up. All right, let's get into your comments. Isn't this fun? It's fun. We're having a great time here. I know I am. You know, I enjoy hanging out with you guys. And we've got some stuff. Now, I did see something in here. The Revenant's back. Now, if you remember, here's another story we're not talking about. Lorraine Lewis. And she says, hey, I got my OnlyFans because I'm living my bad era. And if you remember, some episodes back, the Revenant, he had a headache. And he said, I can't do it this week, but at some point I'm going to tell you my Lorraine Lewis story. Now, if it gets too kinky, all right, I don't want to hear about like it's some kind of Joan Collins novel or something like that. The Revenant coming in here. He says, I'm back. As promised, here is my story about Lorraine Lewis. The year was 1990, and I was in a band called Ugly Coyote, pronounced Key-Ote. Oh, Ugly Coyote. Play on the name Coyote Ugly. We were a very unique band. Think along the lines of Grateful Dead meets the Psychedelic Furs. I like me some Psychedelic Furs. Mixed with a touch of Kenny Loggins. Hey, I like the Logman. Anyway, that's it. That's quite the Grateful Dead and Kenny Loggins, you know. Anyway, we were playing one bar at the time because we sucked. And the bass player's uncle owned it, and he felt bad for us. Most people did. Oh. I played guitar in those days, but I didn't know how. The singer said I looked like a guitar player, so he made me play. I learned the basic chords and kind of winged it from there. And you managed to get Kenny Loggins, Grateful Dead, and freaking Psychedelic Furs in there. So there we were playing one of our originals when in walked Lorraine Lewis. Now, okay guys, I'm going to pop these out, you know. Pop them like it's hot. We got to pop them like it's hot. I don't want any kind of incoming viral notifications or anything like that. We've got to pay attention. But why do I get the feeling the Revenant's going to say, she set eyes on me and we had ourselves a hell of a time? Singer said you look like drummer. Lorraine Lewis with her band members, with two of her band members. She walks into the club his uncle owns, his buddy's uncle owns. Two of her band members. We had no idea who she was. She was drunk that night, and I was screaming at us and was screaming at us to play Motley Crue and Europe songs. We tried our version of the Final Countdown, and it turned out awful. The singer made up the lyrics as he went along, and I remember his lyrics being about a keg of beer. She would have liked that then if she was drunk. I don't think that was what the song was about, but I just played along. At the end of our set, she walked over to the stage and started chatting. She said She was planning a small 2-week tour of the East Coast and wondered if we wanted to open for them. We said yes, but still had no idea what type of music they played. To make a terrible story short, the first night was in Maine. So you guys are a band playing at this club. She walks in and then obviously says you guys are good enough to go out on the 2-week tour. She asked the uncle, how much did you pay them? Oh, they play for free. No, you don't pay them nothing. They get free beer. Oh, really? All right, where'd I put that cursor? We had no set list, still had no idea what type of barely made it there to begin with. I was talking to Lorraine about this, and she punched me in the arm, called me a dirty ass hippie, and said we had better figure it out and fast. We got up on stage and started playing. Did I miss something? Sorry. Called you a dirty hippie and said we better figure it out and fast. We got up on stage and started playing like we always did. When I say it was terrible, that's really an understatement. We had 4 original songs that were all over 15 minutes long. Well, there's your Grateful Dead right there. So we only had time to play 1 complete song and a half of another. Lorraine was waiting for us when we were done and handed each of us a $10 bill. There were 7 of us in the band. And said, see you tomorrow in New York. Needless to say, yep. Was I right on the money about that? I told you that's what it was going to be, because they always do that. You get the little tour package, and next thing you know, the first band, no mercy. Needless to say, we were late to the second night. Lorraine was best and told us we either played Motley Crue and Twisted Sister songs or we're off the bill. We got on stage and did our best, but it was really bad. During our version of Come On Feel the Noise, Lorraine jumped on stage. At first I thought she was joining in like a guest appearance, but she started unplugging our guitars and telling us to get out. Backstage was worse. She knew karate and kicked our drummer so hard he had to have surgery on his spleen. This is really turning out to be a great story. I told her she was unprofessional and she karate chopped my elbow and busted my nose. You're kidding now. Am I falling for a gullible thing? We were officially off the tour. We didn't have enough money to get back to California. Boy, let me tell you about some touring days like that. Yes. We had this bass player, rest in peace. We called him Short Bus. Rest in peace, Short Bus. I don't know why I did that. That's what you do. But this guy, I was so prepared for this one tour that we set out on. We got the van, we got the trailer, we got everything going. This guy walks, Harley Davidson cigarettes were new at the time. He bought a fucking carton of Harley Davidson cigarettes. Bass player. Smoked the whole damn thing before we made it to the first state. By the end of the tour, he had bummed so much money, and we were so damn broke, that I think our last show was in Las Vegas. And when we got down there, we said, we are fucking out of gas and starving. So we're going to the pawn shop and you're pawning all of your fucking gear. And he did. Pawned it all. We filled the tank, ate some delicious Chinese food. Took his ass back and said, psst, psst, we're done with that. And the bass player after him, worse. She chopped you, busted your nose. We were officially off the tour. We didn't have enough money to get back to California, so we ended up staying in New York for a bit. Our keyboard player, who also doubled as a harmonica player, quit the band and became a zookeeper. In New York City, he's still the most successful out of us all. So that's my story, and I'm pretty sure most of it happened. I'm really not sure. Thanks, Shane. Love your podcast. Dude, I need an affidavit saying that's an absolutely true story because I love that. Johnny B coming up next here, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I did want to tell you an off story about, I was just mentioning the angry guy at work. Well, he's gay. Now, I'll tell you, it applies to this story, okay? But I was talking to him. I says, 5 good things that ever happened in your life, right? Always come at him with something. Give me 5 of your favorite songs. Something. Just be happy about anything. So I said, is there any people on this planet that you like? Because he hates everybody's, and he is a woman hater. I'll say that right now. He's a woman hater. They can't drive, they didn't. Just, it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen from a gay guy. But I love him, whatever. This is the reason why I say that, is because I says, can you name one person that you like, that you smile when you think about him? And he goes, Cher. And I went, well, yeah. He is 60, so I was thinking more Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli, but no. He says Cher. I says, good, okay, we're getting somewhere. Good. Can you name a second? He says Lady Gaga. And I said, okay. I said, it's weird that you're naming off two women for as much as you hate them. I said, do you got a third? He says, Cyndi Lauper. So 3 women, he's a woman hater. 3 women, gay guy, he loves them. Well, it just so happens Cyndi Lauper is doing a farewell tour, and I'd love to see Cyndi Lauper. And just in the back of my mind, I would never do it, but you know where I'm going with this is, I thought to myself, go to see Cyndi Lauper with the angriest woman-hating gay man in the world. It would be something to behold, I think. I'm not going to do it. Because as soon as I leave work, I breathe deep, I push it out, and I say, the negativity is gone. I've never seen a longer string of swears towards a human being, whoever he's thinking about at the moment, than that comes out. He's lovable. I tell him, you're just playing an act, dude. You're not that guy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Not going to get you anywhere, man. Anger and all that shit's not going to get you anywhere in life. Just going to tell you that right now. And it raises your blood pressure, and you're always in a bad mood, and you never get good sleep. Right? Johnny B coming up here. We got Johnny B here. On this week's episode of the Y File, we take a look at the UFO UAP community and what's an utter disaster it's turned into. And you have to ask yourself, you might be on different channels than I am with this stuff, because I've seen the kind of money-making side of groups, and then I see the ones that are going, here's what's happening, this is, kind of more streamlined. The disaster it's turned into, and you have to ask yourself, was this planned all along? Is this one giant psyop created to instill confusion and angst amongst believers and the common curiosity seeker? It's looking that way. On one side, you have the whistleblower, insider, experiencer, and on the other side, you have the debunkers. Sadly, as of late, I have been on the debunkers side because they come with facts and proof that some of the experiences are fabricated. Yes, there's going to be plenty of that. You got to use the discernment. You got to know this is horse shit. This, not every psychic, not every medium, not everything is going to be, not every scientist, some of them are going to be working for the man. I'll just say it straight. Some of them are going to be working for the man. Did you see the giant spiral, blue spiral thing that's over Europe? And they're trying to say what they say it was. Oh, that's a permafrost from the SpaceX rocket from Florida. It's in Europe, you dummies. They come with the facts and the proof that some of the experiences are fabricating their stories, and experiences are providing proof in the form of green egg landings and half-assed, overly fabricated stories. You can see it in a lot of their eyes, too. I can see a bullshitter from a mile away. So some of them I go, I'm not even interested. The only real evidence I have seen that I truly believe can't be explained are the people filming the orbs like yours, Bledsoe, and a few others. They're there. I see them every day. And now I'll tell you something. Something's happening with the clouds, and something's also happening with the planes. You've seen them as drones. I'm seeing these little planes. And they shoot the whatever it is, the exhaust off the plane. And then you'll see a regular big boy come by later on, and there's nothing. And they just don't look right. It's like these wonderful extraterrestrial beings are just not good at getting the details right when you're trying to do a drone and you're trying to do a damn plane. But I see them every morning, during the day. What I really want to see is the silver orb. You know, the metal orb. That's during the day. That's what I want to see now. Anyways, back to me. You were saying something about my videos, and back to me. Facts and proof come from the experiences. I want to find your video. That's where I want to start from. The orbs like yours, Bledsoe, and few others. Some of the drones that don't look typical in the age of CGI and AI-generated images. It's getting hard to discern. I can tell them apart right away. These things are not flashy. You have to understand, we have been living, I'll just come right out and tell you right now, honey, just listen to me. The human thinks we smartest thing in whole world, and we do everything, and we're the top dog on the planet. No. There are beings that live here, have lived here for longer than us. They do not want to get rid of us. They would have done that a long time ago, before we started the industrial age. But what I will say is you have to understand, from their thinking, I ain't fucking going nowhere near humans down there. They are dangerous and unruly and cray-cray, right? I mean, they see road rage on the freeways every damn day. They're looking down right on it. They see it. They go, I ain't going nowhere near that. So they're very fend-offish. You have to ask them. You've got to go out there and say, I love you. I want to see you. You're so great. I invite you. And they will show up. Because I'm with you, Johnny, on it's a weird place to be in right now, where you're going, what the hell is going on? It is a very weird place, but I'm telling you, each and every person that wants to, but you've got to get rid of that ego. That's the problem, is people go out there and they think, this is dumb, this is stupid. I've been bought and sold I'm part of some kind of a cult. That's what, and you got to strip your mind of all that. You have to become the innocent child again and speak to them so they know you're genuine. It's like any stray animal on the road. You know, you go over there, you say, come here, Chip Chip. Hey, Chip Chip. Ah, Chip Chip. You know, and it's got to kind of feel you out and see what you're all about. You don't hide a goddamn gun behind your back. Go, hey, come on out, say hello to me. You know, they're smarter than that. And I will also say this, I apologize for running on so much here, but I will also say this. No, I forgot. Whatever. We're going to finish this off. I'm not going to stop again. The one real evidence that I've seen can be people filming the orbs, like you, Shane, Bledsoe, and a few others, and some drones that don't look typical. In the age of CGI and AI generated images, it's getting harder to discern between what's authentic and what's BS. Every once in a while, someone comes forward with something that's truly genuine and real. Things that debunkers can't debunk. And as I was sifting through a bunch of new videos, I was faced with this conundrum that I just wrote about. Who is genuine and who isn't? And as I get a few of these in, hopefully I can provide more concrete stories. We shall see, but I wanted to write about what I'm up against. It's fun and interesting, but very frustrating, all in the same breath. Now, you've seen the thing that happened in Egypt under the pyramids. They found the thing at 600 meters deep and whatever. Here's what I will tell you about seeing the orbs, if you can't see the orbs, is, and I don't know if you got TikTok, but if you have TikTok, there are people every single night around the world doing live TikToks. So there's no questions about it that it's not, oh, that's a CGI video, an AI video. They're live and they're filming the shit in the skies. And there's probably 30 or 40 of them that do it every night. So if you've got that app, you can go and find them and you can sit there and watch. I saw one literally turn into a plane, just like the ones I've been seeing during the day now. And what was I going to say? The guy was doing a live and I just happened to be on there right when the thing started to kind of flash. You know, the orb will be floating in the sky like this, right? Just kind of floating in. It's kind of jittery. You know, it's like this. It's trying to stay still, you know. And you go, are you there? And it goes, oh, shit, saw me. But then they start kind of doing this. And then all of a sudden, you'll see a red light and a green light. You can watch them morph into the drones. And now you can watch them morph into these freaking planes. And I watched this guy. He's got, holy fuck, what am I filming? He's telling everyone, please catch this video now. It's the live stream. Catch it. Anyways, it's fun and interesting, but very frustrating all in the same breath. And you didn't do your tagline. I'm slightly upset about that, but that's okay. So I was Johnny B. So I was explaining to someone over on Twitter X. Yes, I post there from time to time. The exact same story I wrote about here. I was at a Disturbed show back when Believe came out and Draymond got pissed about something, started venting about how it was on the road, and basically gave a mediocre performance for the rest of the show. And wouldn't you know it, the man himself commented under my comment. Oh my gosh. The Dre Man, he got right under. Oh, Johnny, were you scared? He says, bullshit liar. It never happened. Go try to talk your shit about someone else because this didn't happen. First, I thought that's all he said. He's a busy man. He's got shit to do. First, I thought that the account was a parody account, but lo and behold, it was indeed, it had the blue check mark. The man himself. And out of all the positive and nice things people were saying, he landed on my comment and tore me a new one. That's what it is. People always look for the negative. They don't look at the happy. No one watches the news for happy, good time stories. They watch it to be miserable and hear about the next nightmare that's about to occur. Well, I thought maybe I hadn't remembered the story correctly, so I called my friend. Yo, what's up, Johnny B? What you got? I was just sitting down eating dinner with the family. What's going on there? He verified it. His friend did. He said basically the same thing I did. So I went, did he put a comment to the Dre Man and tell him, hey, bitch, I saw you. I saw you at my own peepers. He noticed others had the same, were saying that they weren't at the show. Okay, geez, guys, I'm just thinking about myself stopping so many times. I apologize. When I went back and I noticed several others had posted saying that they weren't weren't at the show, I was, but had a similar experience moments later, it was all deleted. My comment, Draymond's comment, and all the others, gone. Yep. The original poster messaged me and said that Draymond asked for it to be removed. Sir, I can't help but notice that you have a thread going on about disturbing the Dre man. And that Johnny B's a real son of a bitch, and I need that, I need you to remove it, please. Anything for the Dre man. He said normally he wouldn't do that, but it was the Dre man. He said he would send him an autographed, I shall send you an autographed vinyl pressing of Disturbed's album of his choice. Of your choice, dear sweet sir. And boom. It was gone. That's a true story. It just happened after yours. He sucks. Johnny B on Yingui. Yingwee's new gummies sound intriguing, but I have to tell you that there are a lot of good supplements, probiotic and vitamins out there that will probably work better and be better for you overall. Now, I haven't tried his gummies as of yet, but I did look at what was in them, and it's good stuff. But there's better. I've been on a health kick lately, the past 2 or 3 years. Good for you. And I've done my homework. If anyone ever wants some tips or some advice, feel free to get at me, and I'll give you what I know for free. Pretty good deal. Johnny B says, that doesn't surprise me about the drummer calling Alex and Getty to get, about drummers calling Alex and Getty to get in the band after Neil passed. First of all, those guys were super close and much more than just bandmates. You can tell. Because you know why? Take a wild guess. I watched Time Machine, Rush's 2-hour concert this week. And they are friends. Now, I'm going to say something, and I think that this is, was it that show, or was it the 50th? Rush 50 or whatever? At the very end of the show, Neil Peart runs out on stage for the first time, I want to say ever, and does the bow with the 2 other guys. And it was like the final show of Rush ever, or whatever. Is that a true thing or a lie? I feel better than I ever have since I was in my 20s and in the military, where you had to do them, crawl under that barbed wire. They'd shoot at your ass cheeks. So if they come up out of the barbed wire, you get a bullet in the... way worth it, and I'm glad to hear Alex invested in his health. I hope Alex and Getty have some more music coming out, because I've always been a fan and would love to hear something new. Well, there was another story that we won't be doing about Alex Lifeson saying that when he died, he didn't want to play at all. That's it for this week, El Shanerino. Love the episode a lot. I like that you tell us the stories you won't be covering, too, so I can go look on my own if I so choose. Great idea, and not a lot of content creators do that. You're getting a thumb today, bud. That's something unique you do, and I, for one, love it. Keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep on keeping on. Big love to you all. Okay, there was the tagline. I take back all anger that I had towards you. And there's a thumb for you. Miss Althea's coming in here. And Miss Althea, just in case you're paying attention here, we are going to do that band where you're like, they're not my cup of tea, but if you so choose, the Julika, whatever, the Japanese band, we're doing them this week. The Dumbstruck Fool says, I'm a tired bitch this week because, one, Dan had a portion of his liver removed and has joined Big Tone's Road to Recovery Club. Oh my God. Well, we love you. That grows back, right? He will need to lay low for about 6 to 8 weeks, but all went well. Thank God. And 2, Dan and I had to say goodbye to our almost 16-year-old cat, Delilah. Oh, That's a haul, right? 16 years old. You guys are not going to believe me when I tell you this. But last week, one of our cats went into the doctor, has some kind of a infection or something, and not but 3 fucking minutes before I started this podcast, I held the bag. I didn't do the needle, but we need to hydrate the cat. Take a needle, put it in the scooch of the back, and I had to hold the bag. I didn't do the needle part, but oh, Delilah. And you're right there by New York City, aren't you? Did you ever sing that song to your kitty? Did you ever call your cat Delilah? Mine's Nebula, a black cat. There's probably 1 trillion Nebulas in the black cats in the world, but I never call her Nebula. I don't think I've ever even said Neb. I call her my sweetie honey. And I call her all sorts of names like Judy and, oh, get over here, Kimberly. Get on the bed, Kim. You know, just... she succumbed to kidney disease and has crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Well, consciousness, and yes, all animals do partake in the things that we're learning about ourselves. And so you shall spend time with Delilah again someday. We are comforted knowing she is in a better place. Now, on to other matters at hand. Chris Holmes. By the way, on Chris Holmes, we was going to watch a video of him, but I opted for Ace Frehley. Chris Holmes and his epiphany about decline part 2. Smells like regret, period. While his scene is deemed epic, my personal feeling is that it's just old. If it's still the funniest part of the film, it is simply because it hasn't aged well. Yeah, I'd never thought it was funny. I thought it was, you're watching one of your rock kind of heroes kill themselves. David Draymond, Miss Althea on David Draymond, and the matter of mold. Dan and I had a mold situation in a condo we lived in. While neither of us became ill from it, thank God, it was still a mess like no other. I applaud him for taking action, and I wish him the best of luck in getting some kind of retribution. Yeah. Well, it affected his vocals. And, I mean, if I'm wondering, did he ever bitch and moan about the mold live on stage? Someone needs to post a comment on Facebook about that and see if that gets him worked up. Alex Lifeson. I have never been a fan of his band, but I offer another round of applause for his healthy lifestyle change and recovering successfully from the surgery. One of my co-workers had a similar procedure done at the Mayo Clinic years ago, and from what I recall, it was almost a full year before she was 100% again. You know what that means? I'm reading between the lines from Miss Althea. That means I had to do some of her work. Because she's about a year where she couldn't quite do what was on the list for her to do. She also had to literally relearn how to eat. I about busted over your mention of the Deal-A-Mill cards. Rest in peace, Richard Simmons and Mama Diablo. Yeah. Well, that's not even the worst of it. You want me to tell you a Mama Diablo story that'll make you go, what? When it be a year before she passed, she decided, and I may have mentioned this offhandedly, but she decided in her infinite wisdom at 71 years old, that she wanted those implant teeth so she'd get looking good again. And they cost $36,000. And that was money that, when my grandfather passed away, my mother and my sister, they were locked at the hips all the time. You know, they lived together to get, all this. So when they moved out, he gave them a lot of money. Because, he's worried about where are you going to go. They lived with him for all those years, and she spent $36,000 on teeth. And I'm going to do something right now, and I mean this in the most loving way, Mother. But when she passes away, I see you. just the most sterling, beautiful set of $36,000 teeth that you'd ever want to see in your life. And I did have I did wonder about that too. Do they cremate that as well, or do they pluck them out and say send those back to the factory because she's cremated? So it's like, was that in there? I'd like the 36,000 teeth to be melted down and put in there too, but I haven't unscrewed it or anything to get in there. I don't want to let the curse out. I'm almost kidding. Yingui vitamins, Miss Althea. I thought it really works. I thought it really works, was Gold Bond's tagline. And thanks to your epic impression of Eddie Junk in the Trunk, I do nothing but laugh in my car every Monday afternoon when I am driving home from work and listen to the first 15 to 20 minutes of Trunk Nation. You're just getting a small fraction of what I do on a weekly basis. See, I listen to the Eddie Trunk podcast that's on Spotify, and it's only 1 hour long. It's the interview that he does. And every episode he starts with, go to SiriusXM because what you hear in this podcast is just a small fraction of what I do every day of the week. I can't take that dude seriously anymore. Miss Althea on Bruce Dickinson and the upcycle aviation tags. They are cool, but could they maybe make earrings too? Question mark, please. Could you do that? Iron Maiden? Or has it got to be tough boy stuff, like army tags? The disappearance of Olivia Newton-Orb. Maybe she moved on because you outed her and now she's like, well, damn, this is no fun anymore. I think so. I think you are right. Now, I see other orbs, and I wonder if that's her. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I listen to Magic every single day. And the occasional other good song from Olivia Newton-John that might pop up. Can we do something really quickly? I mean, I know this is slightly unorthodox. Ooh, I got camera. Olivia Newton. I'm not going to play the song because the Olivia people are going to ding me, but I wanted to look and see her other hits. You're the one that I'm on. Look at how gorgeous she is. You do not want to know what my 12-year-old body was thinking when I saw Physical on MTV. So she got You're the One I Want. That's from Grease. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. Summer Nights. I don't know all the Grease tunes. I know they all start like Physical is the number one. And look at this. But Magic is not on there. Xanadu. That's one that I go to. Physical. I want to see more, guys, okay? We go together? Yeah, no. The Best of Me? No. Magic. I Love You. I Honestly Love You. That doesn't ring a bell. God, I want to hit that button. So I swear those lyrics that she's singing are about me. I'm going to show you right now. Because I can. Pause. You're not going to hear any of this if they... I want to see the words. Because I'm telling you, she's saying, come take my hand, you should know me, I've always been on your mind. You know I will be kind, I'll be guiding you. Building your dreams has to start now. There's no other road to take. You won't make a mistake. I'll be guiding you. You have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. The hair on my neck is raising up right now because I want so badly to be the orb, Olivia Newton-Orb, to be actually the real Olivia Newton-John. Don't let your aim ever stray. Don't let your aim ever stray. And if all your hope survives, Destiny will arrive. I'll bring all your dreams alive for you. Be still my heart. I'm telling you, there's people that just tune into this to just go, God damn it, I hate it. I can't help it, guys. I'm in love with her. I'm in love with that orb out there. Now, I don't want to find out that it's two little gray fellas in there. But if I do, I'll be their friends. I want to hug one of them. Just don't come down in the middle of the dark. I get spooked down there at night when it's dark. At my age, I still go down the stairs and I'm still thinking something's going to lunge out at me. Miss Althea on Adam and the Ants topic revisit. Yes, there were two drummers. A great watch, in my opinion, is the Prince Charming review. I'm watching it tonight. A 1982 live show that was released on home video back in the day. It is readily available on YouTube and very entertaining. I'm watching it tonight. Jesse, and before you get to that other topic, I do want to mention that the Korg Man, Billy Corgan, I've watched every single episode of his podcast. He just did Corey Feldman this week. And I've enjoyed every one of them. But I will say this to Billy, if he's paying attention, if he's watching this podcast, and I do it. You cut them off when they're talking. You want to keep interjecting, and that's what I do here. So don't do that anymore on your podcast. Interject while they're speaking, and I'll try not to do that here. Jesse James topic revisit. Yes, he really was married to Janine, and yes, they really did have a daughter together. After they divorced, he married Sandra Bullock. He and Sandra divorced in 2010. Good. She can do way better than that. And not only was Janine in a leaked sex tape with Vince Neil, which was boring, at least the few minutes that I saw. That's all you need, right? She was also in his Sister of Pain music video. I am surprised you haven't put it on the channel, dearest Diablo. I'm doing it now. Sister of Pain. Is that a Vince Neil song or a Motley Crue song? Keeping it bitchy. And she got 3 replies on that. That's solid. All right, I got to remember that. Vince Neil, Sister of Pain. Big Tone coming in here. He says, Shane, thank you for the Mr. Miyagi healing technique. I felt it, brother. No one else would have done that for me. And that I will not forget. Now, what is that thing? Is that a piece of pie? A half moon? The decline of the Western civilization was a little hokey. It's like a train wreck. You don't want to, but you can't help watching it every time. And I'm with you. It needed more A-list rockers giving unscripted interviews. I'm positive at the time of his life, Holmes wasn't coming anywhere near drinking water. Yeah, it wasn't water in those bottles. He was soused, that boy was. He was soused. He was 3 sheets to the wind. And he was in full leather getup, like he had just played a show. Big Tone on the Ed Force One merch. The Ed Force One merch might be worth looking into. Could be cool. Malmsteen's #1 thing is, of course, spending time with himself. His favorite person. As always, I enjoy spending part of my Saturday with you and the Diablicals. Keep them coming, my friend. Heavy metal emoticons, double tap on that. Bang. There you go. Tim Milliken here, and I did see that. I wanted to make note. Look at where my little finger thumb is, my pew-pew hand. That is on, I do believe, one of my Shane Diablo t-shirts. Tim Milliken coming in there. That's right. We don't call him Timothy anymore. We call him Tim. He says, the news is cool and all that and all, but I'm here for the intro tunes. Well, you got some good listening. Mike Buchanan, and he's finishing it out, this guy here. This guy. You know I will be kind, I'll be guiding you. You know I ride a bicycle to work, right? I get up, I hit the first bus, it comes at 6:10. And you've never felt more fucking alive in your life when it's dark and I can see the orbs. I can see them right there. I know what a star is, and I know when they blink and when they change colors and shit. No one's going to tell me nothing else. I'm not crazy. But I'll tell you what, riding, it's got this little hill that I got to get up, and then it's all downhill. And listening to Magic by Olivia Newton-John, and zipping down that hill, looking at the sky the whole time and singing that song. What a pleasure. It's the best part of the day. Then I go do the miserable slave work, and then I come home. And then I do this podcast for you. Mike Buchanan, the 69er, he says, I'm coming in early as Shane forgot to heart my comment from Jive Talkin 71. Am I upset? Nah, just giving Shane a hard time. We can only dream that you get a Razzie Award someday. And we can all say, we knew Shane before all the stardom. Hey, this guy doesn't forget. I still know old timers from way back in the old timey days. All of you guys that hang out and chill with me and you want to be my fucking friend, you want to hang out with me? Oh, I don't forget. Trust you me on that. I don't forget. Anyways, this week's movies that are bad, but we love them anyways, goes out to Shane and Johnny B and our extraterrestrial loving family. The Fourth Kind. I think I saw that and remembered it being good. A chilling take on alien encounters. I've spent countless hours studying the cosmos, contemplating the vastness of the universe, and considering the statistical likelihood of extraterrestrial life. Naturally, I was drawn to The Fourth Kind, a film that delves into the terrifying possibilities of alien abduction. While the movie presents itself as a mix of dramatization and real archive footage, a claim that has been widely debated, it succeeds in delivering an eerie and unsettling experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Oh, that's Mila Jovovich. What's that? That's my Ripper thing. That's me, I can't remember his name. That's me Ripper Owens video thing. Here we go. Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich delivers a gripping performance as Dr. Abigail Tyler, a psychologist in Nome, Alaska, whose patient experiences disturbing sleep paralysis, mysterious disappearances, and eerie recollections of something beyond human comprehension. That's what I'm talking about. Beyond human comprehension. Do we agree that there is a fourth dimension? Or are we saying humans go, no, there's only three. There's only three dimensions. Because we can't see a fourth dimension. Sorry to yell at you like that. See how I lunged at you like that? You're just telling me about a goddamn movie here. But I do remember that movie. That was very eerie. Disappearances and eerie recollections of something beyond human comprehension. The film taps into one of the most chilling aspects of alleged alien encounters. The idea that these beings might not just observe us from afar, but interact with us in ways that fundamentally alter our perception of reality. From an astronomical perspective, The Fourth Kind raises fascinating questions. If intelligent extraterrestrials have indeed reached Earth, or have they been here the whole time? In the water. I heard an interesting theory about water as well, because any planets anywhere in the galaxy, the cosmos, the universe that would have water could be a landing point for any beings that, you know, boop, into a puddle. Oh, let's go over to vector 12. Boop. You know, you can't say in hundreds of billions of planets. Well, Richard Dawkins had a great quote when he said, they said, "Do you believe that that there's other life besides humans?" And he said, let's put it this way: there are hundreds of billions of galaxies and hundreds of billions of planets in the universe, and so if there was a 1% chance that there was life on any other planet, there would be billions of planets that have life on it. That was kind of one of his snap moments where I went, wow, this guy really knows something. He must have went to school or something. Chilling aspects, alleged encounters. The idea that these beings might not just observe us from afar, but interact with us in ways that fundamentally alter our perception of reality. From an astronomical perspective, the fourth kind raises fascinating questions. If intelligent extraterrestrials have indeed reached Earth, would they follow a pattern of gradual contact, much like the close encounters classification suggests by J. Allen Hynek? Or would they operate beyond our understanding of physics, time, and consciousness? 100%. The film suggests that latter portraying these beings as terrifyingly advanced, possibly even beyond our traditional notion of biological life, while the real footage angle is a clear storytelling device rather than genuine documentation. The psychological horror of the film is undeniably effective. It plays on the universal fear of the unknown. That's what we do. And the possibility that humanity is not in control of its own fate, and it's not. And I can tell you another thing too. They found them around there's footage of the glowing orbs around Fukushima and Chernobyl and all of those nuclear disasters that happened. You can see them. There's footage. In fact, the one in Japan, hundreds of thousands of people were saying that it was the souls. They saw them all over in the skies when that disaster happened. They're here for the earth, the sweet mother, the mother Gaia. That's what they're here for. If things live here already, and we're going doopy doopy doo, stomping around on the earth, doopy doo, they live here too. So they're concerned when the dum-dums that are monkeys that are living on top of the soil are doing nuclear things. So when there's disasters and shit like that, you know. I mean, it's not that far-fetched to think there's things that are here that we haven't seen because we think that we know everything, but we haven't seen it. And those things care about this planet more than we do. Drill, baby, drill! I'm sorry. I don't want to turn into a preacher man. If you're watching, back to this. Though the film leans more into the horror than hard science, it still resonates with those of us who ponder the implications of extraterrestrial intelligence and its potential impact on humanity. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the universe and enjoy films that blend sci-fi and psychological terror, the fourth kind is worth watching. Just be prepared for a lingering sense of unease. You may never look at the night sky the same way again. Grab your favorite beverage, sit in your favorite chair, pop some popcorn, and press play. I ask him, take me off. Can I come visit your ship? Can I see? Will you come and visit me during the day? I would love to, I don't know if they even want you to touch them. Maybe they have paper skin or something, but I'm down to have a chat with you. Well, you want to watch my YouTube channel go crazy? Give me the first interview with a freaking alien. Give me that. Everyone will know who to say, oh yeah, I don't watch any of that garbage that he puts on there, but man, did you see that alien interview? This one's for Johnny B before I get into the podcast. I've often wondered if an alien species landed on a freeway and saw one of those car haulers that have like 10 or 15 cars on it, will they think that it's a pregnant life form? Well, they do say that all exists. Everything is something like that. That's what they say. And this is, yeah, that's, I don't want to upset Olivia. If she's out, if she's thinking about coming back for a visit, I would like to keep things kosher. Of all the scenes, now I do have to use the restroom, but we're almost done. Of all the scenes in Decline of the Western Civilization, Chris Holmes is the one that people remember. How could you not? That scene really summed up what a lot of those bands of the 80s were really doing. Glad he got sober and is living a much better life. I'd like him to stop the vape, because he's got one of them power vapes. You know, where they just huff and it just, oof. I did it, but it's bad. It's not good. In a different Blabbermouth article, see Shane, I really, really do read, Penelope claims that Chris wasn't really drinking vodka, but it was water instead. You'll have to go and do the research on Blabbermouth, trying to get you sponsored by mentioning Blabbermouth a lot. Dude, with the ads they're putting on there, they couldn't afford me. Because they got all them ads running on that website. I love it. I love Blabbermouth. We might be the only two that love Blabbermouth, but I do. Trying to get you sponsored, mentioning Blabbermouth a lot for this article. Oh, never mind. I do have Patreon. I'll send you the link. Oh, wait, Blabbermouth. Mike Buchanan says, no, Shane, that warning pop-up didn't get anything into your system. Oh, good. Your malware protection blocked it. Now, just because you got a pop-up, it's probably because your malware blocker saw something in the ad it didn't like. Since Blabbermouth, still trying to get you sponsored, is a legit site, it's not likely that they are pushing. No, I know they're not. And I don't think that's what it was. I think it was like one of those like, oh, it didn't say virus, did it? Did you read that? I didn't look at it. That would just put them out of business. Proof positive that I watch all of your videos. On Alex Lifeson, he's in a new band, Envy of None. We did a first listen to them a long time ago. And yeah, just wrong that drummers contact him about being the new drummer. And good for him for losing weight. The chemistry of those three guys, I mean, I like me Rush. I don't know their whole catalog. I don't know all the albums. I did read Geddy Lee's book. It was wonderful. But you see it in their faces. They smile at each other. They're happy. They look at each other and they're playing, what's that one? And they're just smiling at each other. And is that XYZ? Rocking it out, Mike Buchanan says, so no sponsorship for Yingwe's vitamins. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. No, Shane, your fan is not being affected by a virus. It's either blocked with dust or it's just going bad. Laptop fans are small and run at high RPMs, so they tend to go bad faster. Well, that's not good. Mike Buchanan says, yeah, as far as the whiteboard goes. Okay, now he's talking about, if you don't know, he's talking about he says he's got a master list of all the movies and stuff that he watches. And he's got them on a giant whiteboard that's in the living room, so the family can't even watch TV anymore. Something like that. As far as the whiteboard goes, I feel it's out in front of me. I won't forget about it. An app on my phone or note on my phone will just get lost. And yes, I've heard of Lunchbox. All right, well, I just thought I'd throw that app out there at you and see if you wanted to do it. I mean, it looks like you would have a hell of a lot of work on your hands, you know, because there's people that have been on there, these movie nerds, and they've been on there for 5 years, so there's like 85,000 reviews. But I like that it has all the movie covers, you know, so you can go, oh, what did, you know, Hot Turkey 72 say about Pulp Fiction? And now it's time for Mike Buchanan's Jokes of the Week, and then we end this podcast. You're so happy, you go on with your life. You know, you do all the things that are fun in your life. You don't be fretful and worryful. This is the year of no fear. We don't watch the news and hear about the next big nightmare that's coming around the corner. If it's coming, let it come, but you don't need to pay attention to it. Be happy. Be in the moment. Mike Buchanan says, do you like birds? No, I find them foul. What do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account? Prime mates. If someone injures themselves in a peekaboo accident, you'll need to take them to the ICU. Why does Waldo wear stripes? Because he doesn't want to be spotted. I thought I saw a guy about a month ago that was dressed like him, but I was like, I can't be. He didn't have the hat. He may have had the glasses and the shirt, but I don't think he had the hat. And finally, a detective showed up at my house and asked me where I was between 5 and 6. I told him kindergarten. I'll show myself out now. Very good. There's that damn heart. Sometimes I'm bad with that. Sometimes I forget. The key, what are we taking away from this? I think the Beatles said it best. All you need is love. All you need is love. You know, everyone will tell you, oh, the greatest days of my life was when I was 12 and playing with my little army men out in the dirt. Or whatever the case may be. But the fact is, it's because you didn't have all the stresses and all the news and all the this and all the that and the prices going up on this and the kids just shit in the back of the car and, you know, all of that hits you. You know, life happens. The key is you've enjoyed all that. You've had the family, you've got the kids, they're growing up and you're proud of that and you go, oh, you know, all of that is wonderful. But at some point in your life, you have to get back to you. Who are you inside? That's what I'm trying to figure out for myself. Who am I before everyone stole it from me? Before everyone stole all of my essence. Who am I? And that's it. It's very simple. I will tell you this. I have started meditating. And I will tell you this as well. I'll tell you this and I'll be the first person to tell it to you. I've been a non-believing, it's all gobbledygook guy my entire life. Turned off from religion, turned off from all of it right out of the gate. Never interested in it. And I'm still not interested in religion, and that doesn't really play any part in what is going on. There's some arguments you could make for the Christ consciousness and everything else, but what is happening is almost the kind of same thing that happens some decades, where people wake up, they go through a bad turmoilish time, and then they wake up and they go, but I don't want to be that way no more. I want to be happy. And that's the best thing you can do. Even if the world's going shit ass crazy on you, you, my friend, can still be very happy. And how do you do that? It's the simplest thing. You go back inside. You get rid of all of the negative energy, all of the negative friends, all of the negativity, get it all out of there, and you come back to yourself and doing the things that you absolutely love with your life. That's it. Guys, I'm not a guru. I'm not a anything, okay? I'm just a guy that's going through something right now, and it's pretty damn strong, and it's pretty amazing. There's not a single lick of this that is spooky, scary, or anything to me. All right? So, Anyway, let's get into... It's like, dude, I used to listen, but he started preaching about fucking aliens and shit, and I was like, no. Oh. Hey, baby girl, how you doing tonight? Let's go look at the aliens in the sky. See, I told you he's gonna keep going on about the fucking aliens, man. Hey, baby, what you doing? Let's go out and look at orbs tonight. And if Olivia comes to me, then you got to go. Baby, you got to go. Baby, you gotta go. She's here. Baby, you gotta go. She's here. Climb out the window, baby girl. Baby girl gotta go. She's here. Come on, baby, 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 come back. That wasn't her. Come on back. Come climb to the window. Let's get in the sack. Baby, 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 she back. Get out the window. She's back. Girl, I thought she was gone, but she's back. Girl, she blinked out, but now she's back. Girl, so get out. That was aggressive. This whole episode's been aggressive.